Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mr. English Podcast. I'm Emma, and today, oh my goodness, today is a very special episode. James is going to share something very personal with us, something he has never talked about on this channel before.
Oh no, Emma. Do I have to?
Yes, you promised. Everyone, James is going to tell us the full story of his very first date, every detail.
Okay, fine. Yes, I'm James. Hello, everyone. And yes, I am going to tell you the story, but I want to say in advance, I was very young, and I made some mistakes.
He made so many mistakes. I heard this story before, and I laughed for 10 minutes.
Thank you, Emma. Very supportive.
But here is the beautiful thing. As James tells his story, you are going to practice one of the most important skills in English, understanding and using the past tense in real, natural conversation. Not from a grammar book, from a real human story. James's story.
And by the end, you'll be able to tell your own stories in English too. What you did, where you went, how you felt. Real past tense. In real sentences. Let's go.
Welcome! So glad you're here. On this channel, we use natural, everyday English. The kind you hear in real conversations between real people, not textbook sentences. Real stories, real feelings, real life.
And honestly, a first date story is perfect for this because when people talk about past experiences, they use the past tense constantly. It's natural. It flows. And today, you're going to absorb it completely without even trying.
So just relax, listen, and enjoy the story. The grammar will come to you naturally. Okay, James, start from the very beginning. Don't leave anything out.
Okay, so this happened about 5 years ago. Her name was Sophie. We met at a bookshop. She was looking at the same book as me. We talked for a little while, and I asked for her number. She gave it to me. I honestly could not believe it.
Aw, that is actually really sweet.
So what happened next? Well, a few days later, I called her, and we made a plan to meet for dinner on Saturday. Simple enough, right? But then Saturday arrived, and I completely panicked.
You panicked?
Why? Because I didn't know what to wear. I woke up that morning feeling very nervous. I got up early, about 7 a.m., even though the date wasn't until 7 p.m. I had 12 hours and I still felt like I had no time.
12 hours? Oh, James.
I tried on 4 different shirts. I put on one, looked in the mirror, took it off. Put on another one, looked in the mirror, took it off. It took me 1 hour just to choose a shirt.
Oh, took. Great word there. The past form of take. It took me 1 hour. And tried on. That means you put clothes on to see how they look. I tried on 4 shirts. Very natural, very useful. Yes. And I also ironed my shirt for the first time in about a year. I burned a small hole in it. No, not the shirt. Not my best moment. So I changed again. I put on the 3rd shirt, decided it was fine, and moved on. Then I left the house 2 hours early. 2 hours early. Amazing. And notice, everyone, all of James's verbs are in the past tense. He woke up, he got up, he tried on, he took it off, he burned, he changed, he left. These are all past tense verbs, regular and irregular, used naturally in a real story. Okay, so you left the house 2 hours early. What did you do?
I walked around the neighborhood for a while. I went into a small cafe, sat down, ordered a tea, and tried to calm myself down. It didn't work at all. I was so nervous my hands were shaking.
Oh no, shaking hands on a first date?
Right! But eventually, 7 p.m. came. I walked to the restaurant, and she was already there, waiting outside. She looked really nice. She wore a blue dress, and she smiled when she saw me.
She smiled. So the beginning went well?
Yes! We went inside, we sat down, and we started talking. And actually, once we began talking, I completely forgot about being nervous. We talked about books, about films, about travel. She told me she always wanted to visit Japan. I told her I went there 2 years before.
Wait, you went to Japan? I didn't know that.
Yes, I went when I was 22. I stayed for 2 weeks. We talked about it for a long time. It was one of the best conversations I'd had in years.
Oh, I love this. And everyone, did you notice? James just used so many beautiful past tense verbs in one paragraph. He walked, went, sat, started, forgot, talked, told, stayed. He didn't think about grammar. He just told his story, and the past tense came out perfectly and naturally. That is exactly how it works.
And then the food arrived. I ordered pasta. She ordered a salad. We ate, we laughed, and honestly, it was a really lovely evening.
James, wait, you said we ate, past of eat. But actually, did you say we laughed? Let me check. We ate, we laughed. Laughed. That is correct. Regular verb. Laugh, laughed. Good.
Thank you, Emma. Gold star for me.
Don't push it.
Okay, but you said he made mistakes. What happened?
Yes. So, the evening was going perfectly. We finished dinner, the waiter brought the bill, and I reached into my jacket pocket for my wallet.
And?
It wasn't there.
Oh no!
I checked every pocket, my jacket, my trousers, everywhere. Nothing. I left my wallet at home.
You left your wallet at home on your first date?
I left my wallet at home on my first date. I felt absolutely terrible. My face went completely red. I looked at Sophie and I said, I am so sorry. I think I left my wallet at home. I'm really embarrassed.
What did she do?
She laughed. Not in a mean way, just genuinely laughed. And then she said, it's okay. I'll get it this time. But you owe me dinner. And she paid.
She paid? And she was kind about it?
She was wonderful about it. I apologized about 5 more times. She told me to stop apologizing. We walked out together. We stood outside for a moment. And then we said goodnight.
And did you see her again?
We went on 4 more dates after that. She never let me forget the wallet story. Every single time.
I love Sophie already. Okay, everyone, this is a perfect example of how the past tense sounds in real storytelling. James said, I reached, I checked, I left, I felt, I looked, I said, she laughed, she paid, we walked, we stood, we said. Every single verb in the past. And it just flowed completely naturally because it was a real story. That is the secret.
James, I want to ask you one more thing. How did you feel when you got home that night?
I feel terrible at first, but then I laughed about it. I think I sended her a message that night to apologize again.
Wait, hold on. You said I feeled terrible and I sended her a message. Did those sound right to you?
Oh, no. Feel is irregular, so the past is not feeled, it's felt. I felt terrible.
Exactly. And sended?
Send is also irregular. The past is sent.
I sent her a message, not send it.
Perfect. Two very common mistakes, and you just corrected them yourself. Everyone, feel and send are irregular verbs. They don't follow the normal rule of adding ed. They change completely. Feel became felt. Send became sent. These are worth remembering.
And honestly, I make these mistakes sometimes even now. Irregular verbs take time, but every time you hear them in a story, like today, they get a little more natural.
Okay, let's practice. Imagine someone asks you, "What did you do last weekend?" Here is how you can answer. 2 ways. A short answer for beginners. I went out for dinner with a friend. It was really nice. That's it. Simple, clear, natural. 2 sentences. Perfect.
And a longer answer for when you want to tell more. On Saturday evening, I met a friend for dinner. We went to a small Italian restaurant near the city center. We talked for hours and we had a really good time. I got home quite late, but it was worth it.
Beautiful. Notice went, met, talked, had, got. All past tense. All natural. All flowing from one sentence to the next like a real story.
And here are 5 quick grammar questions to check your understanding. Ready? Question 1. What is the past tense of go? Went. I went to the shop. Question 2. What is the past tense of feel? Felt. I felt nervous. Question 3. What is the past tense of wear? Wore. She wore a blue dress. Question 4. How do you make a negative sentence in the past? Use buy as your example. I didn't buy anything. The main verb stays normal after didn't. Question 5. How do you ask a question in the past? Use eat as your example. Did you eat dinner? Did plus the base verb. Never did you eat.
5 questions, 5 key rules. And if you want to practice, try writing your own short past tense story in the comments. Just 3 or 4 sentences about something you did recently. Anything at all. Okay, what a story. James lost his wallet, Sophie paid, and somehow they went on 4 more dates. That is honestly one of the best first date stories I've ever heard.
Thank you, I think. It was a very important life lesson. Always check your pockets before you leave the house.
Let's quickly recap what we practiced today. The simple past tense. Regular verbs like walked, talked, laughed, checked. You just add ed. Irregular verbs like went, wore, felt, sent, got, left. These change completely, and you learn them through stories like this one.
Negative sentences: I didn't bring my wallet, didn't plus the base verb. And questions: did you enjoy the date? Did plus the base verb. Simple and clean.
And the best way to practice? Tell stories. Your stories. What did you do yesterday? What happened last weekend? What was your most embarrassing moment? Use the past tense and just let it flow. That is how James's story sounded natural, because it was real.
If you enjoyed this episode, and I hope my embarrassing story helped your English a little, please give it a like and subscribe to Speak with Emma. Share it with a friend who is learning English. And leave us a comment. We want to hear your story. What did you do last weekend? 3 sentences. Past tense? Drop it below. We read every single one. See you next time on Mr. English Podcast.